Time for another episode of Zero Effort Review. Today I'm going to be talking about a film I feel is really underappreciated, but yet at the same time has gained a bit of a cult following over the past few years. Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love this movie. It's magnificent. Amazing animation, great music, both in terms of songs and score. Particularly the score. The score sets an amazing tone. And of course, Tony Jay and Tom Hulce are great as Frollo and Quasimodo, respectively. That said, there are three particular issues that I feel probably should be addressed regarding this film. I enjoy it regardless, but I feel I should bring them up anyways. One is how the adaptational process, if you will. I understand how people don't like this film because it doesn't adhere to the novel nearly as much. It's not as dark as the novel and all that. That said, I kind of can't hate it for what it is. It's a Disney version of Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's as dark as it really can get away with, but obviously it doesn't have the dark ending that the book has. And it has a sappier, more Disney-esque ending, happy ending. But I'm not gonna hold that against the film. For a Disney version of Hunchback of Notre Dame, it's as dark as it really could get away with while still being a Disney film at the time, anyways. So I give it a pass on that front. It kept the tone pretty well as far as I'm concerned. Then there's, related to that is, of course, the Gargoyles. Like most people, I hate the Gargoyles. They ruin the tone of the film. They don't really have any place in the film. And apparently they're magical. If they would at least got that extra and gone, okay, the Gargoyles are stand-ins for the bells of Notre Dame from the book, where, they're Quasimodo's friends and all that, but only Quasimodo talks to them, and Quasimodo's the only one that ever interacts with them. It would have been at least a little bit more serviceable, but apparently they're, Notre Dame is magical, and the Gargoyles are, magical entities. And, it's not that I have a thing against comedic sidekicks, but when your tone of your movie is so much more serious and dark, and you have these comedic sidekicks that just don't fit in, even if they're relatively harmless, really, the fact that they don't fit in with the rest of the film really hurts it. The last one is something that a lot of people talk about, but I'm going to bring it up. And I'm not saying I'm going to bring it up because I'm smart or anything. It's just a lot of people bring it up, and I feel the desire to bring it up. And that's the use of the term Gypsy in the film. Which, I'll admit, until recently I didn't even know it was a racial slur. I usually, associate it with, nomadic people who are usually part of carnivals or the circus, or a synonym for a mystic or a psychic. Never even thought for 1 second that it was race related whatsoever. But hey, the more you learn, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna expect the film to or Disney to not use the term Romani or Roma or anything like that when regarding to these to the Gypsy characters. But the bare minimum probably could have maybe had only Frollo and his evil henchmen and stuff regard them as that, and have the other characters, say Phoebus, use some other terminology for them, I don't know, nomads or vagabonds or something like that. Vagabond also has a a negative connotation that is unjustly connected to it. Because vagabond just means like a journeyman, someone who kind of goes around places. It does not necessarily mean a bad person, a criminal or whatever. Let Frollo use the negative connotated term. So that way, kids watch it and then they find out later that it's a bad term, or a negative term. Well, yeah, the bad guy used it. That's kind of what bad guys do. They don't care what other people think. They use hurtful terms because they don't care. They think of those people as subhuman or not human. So, and that might be modern sensibilities. Rating on a film that didn't have today's sensibilities, obviously, but still, it's something that they could have put maybe a little bit more effort to, I suppose. But does any of that ruin the film for me? No. It stinks that they didn't go that route, but it doesn't ruin it. It's still a great film. I still highly recommend it. It's still one of my favorite films. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Hunchback. So see you on the flip and in the next review. Later.